All right, welcome back. You're back on air with Control Chaos on iWatchRadio.com. Um, we were talking about things that you could say detrimental to your children. Um, Now we're going to get into the second part where we kind of talk about the village mentality versus the street mentality now. Back when communities believed that it was a community help raising the child, and now I guess nowadays it's more or less the streets is raising our children. So if you'd like to give us a call and give us your thoughts on that, feel free to give us a call, 314-714-4200. Ms. Hope, what do you think about this?
Sometimes I wonder, is the village the streets?
What's a different mentality?
I think before, let's take this call first.
Okay.
You're on Control Chaos.
Hi, I was calling in to make comment.
Yes, go ahead. Make sure you turn your computer down, though.
All right. Hey, this is Pastor.
What up? What up? What up?
Hi, Pastor.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
All right, it was a real good show. I just want to chime in real quickly to talk about how we talk to our children and how we discipline our children. I know you guys are about to go into talking about the village concept, but I do want to talk about the verbiage that we hear in our community. A lot of it is coming from people who weren't properly raised themselves. They didn't have a mother and father in the home, and if they did, they were talked to the wrong way. And that's where, when we were coming up, the school kind of came in, and, you know, we had counselors or teachers who kind of reiterated the proper way to be taught to. And, you know, we had that refuge at the school. But nowadays, you don't even have that at the schools. And so, you know, the village has to step up in order to get us back to that point where kids are being properly trained.
Okay.
Very true.
I definitely agree. Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good show.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I guess the difference is, I just remember when we grew up, we were at my grandma's a lot. And at any point, anybody on that street could tell us something. Like if we were in the wrong, you know, because we knew that these were the same people that were kind of looking out for us. So like if something happened or whatever, you know, we felt like we were good to go all the way up the street when we were only supposed to go half, because these people were kind of like looking out for us. But now it's to the point where parents get insulted if you say anything to their children. And for me, I do feel like it's not necessarily always what you say, but how you say it. Of course, you're not just going to let a complete stranger just come up and disrespect your child. Right. But at the same token, if your child is out somewhere acting a complete donkey, then why not let somebody else say something to them? So, for example, I go out to West County all the time and take my son. He is rough. He's a little boy. So there are some times he does get too rough. And there are some parents that will come and say, hold on, baby, don't do that. Hold on, sweetie, don't do that. You're being too rough. I'm okay with that. Now, I had one lady cross the line because she got in my son's face and was pointing at him and yelling at him. Now, that to me was too far. But you have other parents that just feel like, I don't want you saying anything to my child, point blank, period, at all. And for me, I would argue that that is teaching your child to not respect authority. Because there are other people in this world that are going to tell you what to do besides your parents.
Well, if they keep living, they will wish they had not done that. When the child bucks up at them, then they will wish that they had not opened that avenue, you know, to travel. Because I would appreciate any adult, as long as they're telling my child the proper thing, I would be okay with it. I would be okay with it. But I think that as adults, we have fallen away because we are afraid to say something to these children.
But and I guess my thing is, well, what is the proper thing? Because now it's, nowadays, everyone has their own mythology or ideology of what parenting should look like, or how you should raise your child, or talk to your child. Don't say this to my child. And you can absolutely be correct in what you're telling them, as far as, your child is being disrespectful, but I've seen parents correct someone else for telling their child they were being disrespectful.
Yeah.
And they didn't say it in a rude way or anything. They just told them flat out, hey, what you said was very disrespectful. And I had a parent kind of jump in and say, no, you don't tell my child that they're disrespectful. So I think that we're so divided up now as far as we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
Do you think when the parent does that in a sense it's kind of telling the child it's okay?
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that's what that's the message that they're sending them, that your behavior is okay. You can do that, and that's not helping that child in the future. Not. So I agree with that totally.
Well, one thing about it, if they keep living, they will wish they had taught them the proper way, because the way that life goes, your children, you raise your children, and then when you get older, they take care of you.
Right.
The children I see nowadays, they are not going to take care of their parents. My children are. I provided my children with strategies, core strategies to have character and those kinds of things. So I believe that my children will take care of me. But I was at the gas station the other day, and I was listening to my music in the car, though I was outside of the car. All of a sudden, I heard a young man say, "Give me this." And it triggered me to turn around. When I turned around, there was a Caucasian woman in a Volvo at the pump behind me. They had taken her pump out of her car and stuck it in their car, filled their car up, and dropped the pump on the ground. Now, I don't need to tell you that I didn't finish filling up my car. I put the pump on and left, but she kept saying, "I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else. Just take it. I don't have anything else." I wanted her to be quiet, but I didn't stress it to her. But what would I have said to those children? It was 4 of them in the car. What was I going to say?
They pretty much gone. Like a lot of these kids nowadays, I don't want to say that there's no hope, but some of them are gone. To the point where the only solution is for someone to probably lock them up.
Yeah.
Because,
I remember thinking none of them are going to take care of their mothers.
Right.
They won't live until their mothers are old enough for them to take care of them, because they didn't have a care in the world. It was 11 o'clock in the morning.
But my thing is this, and I know Heather has something. The kids that were going around and they were playing this knockout game where they were picking out senior citizens and catching them and blindsiding them. Like, at what point in time does a child feel that comfortable to strike an adult, and they're conscious?
When they got away with it, they got away with it. All 7 of them got off.
Yeah, see that.
And I think it goes back to the lack of respect for authority, for any other adult. I mean, you look at some of the kids. Hold on, caller. Hold on, we'll be right with you. You look at some of the kids that are in the schools right now, and you're trying to have a conversation with them, and they're being very disrespectful, and you try to hit them with that main question, well, do you talk to your mother like this? And they turn back and say yes. And then you looking like a deer in headlights, looking at headlights, and you like, well, can you please not talk to me like that? Because once you hit that barrier, you don't have nothing coming.
Nope,
Caller, you're on with Control Chaos.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
You all are speaking right up my alley, because I teach at B. Charles Sumner High School, and I deal with those babies every day.